I founded Learn to Grow Incorporated in 1997 when I saw a 10-year-old girl pregnant for the second time. I dropped to my knees and asked God what could I do, because I'd never seen anything like that before. And Learn to Grow Incorporated was born. We started out as an after-school program, a summer program, and a parenting program. But our program has progressed to a program that looks at community level change as it relates to alcohol and tobacco. As I looked at the newspaper, as I looked at all of the trends that were going on even back then, I saw that substance abuse was one of the things that was helping our young people not to stay on the right track. And we set out to try to educate our communities and our children to the dangers of the two, what we call gateway drugs, which are alcohol and tobacco.
The two worst kings, smoking and drinking. And us, the team, the youth, we put that together just to promote, that smoking and drinking is bad, instead of having some real preppy type of shirt that we wouldn't usually want to wear. And this is something that's sporty and get the message is really clear.
Our organization assisted the Atlanta Public School System and the Fulton County School System to adopt or revise, if you will, their tobacco policy to the 100% tobacco-free school policy. That's huge, because that talks about impacting the entire school systems. Whenever you're talking about tobacco, you have to talk about long-term effects, because tobacco is one of those, is that gateway drug that affects you down the road the more you use it today.
Welcome, you are entering a tobacco-free area. Park Authority policy prohibits the use of all tobacco products 24 hours per day, 7 days per week. So this is one of the signs that we were talking about, where it says young lungs at play. This is a tobacco-free zone.
We're very fortunate to have two public health graduates from the Morehouse School of Medicine. One is our project coordinator for our tobacco initiatives, and the other is our project coordinator with our alcohol initiatives. It's very important to know that we look at risk factors associated with alcohol and tobacco as public health issues. When we were able to embrace that concept, then a lot of things started falling into place.
We're preparing for our town hall meeting at the Dunbar Teen Center. And once again, the topic is underage drinking, alcohol-related fatalities, crashes, and alcohol abuse in general. So this is kind of like the calm before the storm. Even though it's kind of a mess around here, we just got a lot of stuff going on. And we're about to head over there to the center, get everything set up, and get prepared for another great event. After you have one drink, over one beer, more than one shot, a glass of wine, not the big glass of wine to hold like this, it's a regular glass of wine that's not filled up, about halfway, 6 ounces, one of those you're over the legal limit. I managed most of, if not all of the alcohol projects we do here. We look at alcohol as a drug. We also see alcohol is very socially accepted. We look at it as the eyes of a drug because it's mind altering, mood altering, behavior modification is involved in alcohol consumption. We're not doing this because we don't have nothing else to do or we think it's a good cause. Like, yeah, no drinking and driving, it's a good cause. We do it because this is the information. We have this research and we want to get this information out to the public. We've had a panel discussion and we've had the participants, the people who show up, they voice their concerns and the issues are addressed.
Underage drinking needs to be looked at more because I know a lot of my friends are doing it. As a youth, I think we should stand up to let them know like the causes of it and how dangerous it really is. Because a couple of my friends have died because they have been drinking and driving. And it's just very unfortunate that they have to resort to drinking and they think that it's fun. So I just think that underage drinking just, isn't a great activity to do.
They tell us what we can do to help. We give them what we're doing to help, and we kind of take everybody's idea and say, this is what we can take to our leaders, our congressmen, senators, things of that nature, of what we can do to see a change.
Involved in an accident, you can be DUI. You leave your afternoon party, child runs out on the roadway, it's tragic, you'll be charged with that. Even though the child was at fault for running on the road, you were under the influence. You still could get charged with that. So your career could be ruined over that. So the designated driver, the taxi cabs, that's the way to go. It's cheaper.
Here at Learn to Grow, I'm the project coordinator for the Tobacco Prevention Initiative. So I see over all the projects, the tobacco projects. And in this community, we see that there's a lot of tobacco use among adults as well as the youth. And what we try to do is to prevent the youth from carrying on this behavior to where it's an addiction. So we want to prevent that behavior, and with the adults, we are trying to get them to quit. In the community, we know that there's a high prevalence of asthma cases. So we did an asthma PSA to educate the community about what are some of the triggers for an asthma attack, such as change in weather, tobacco smoke, and tobacco smoke is a vital one that does cause asthma attacks, as well as any air pollutants. The HEART Coalition stands for Health, Education, Awareness, and Research on Tobacco. We also are partners with Learn to Grow, and we focus on the reduction of tobacco. We work at the Boys and Girls Club as well as Best Academy Middle School, and with those schools we teach them the Towards No Tobacco, and it's just evidence-based curriculum where we teach them life skills as well as the education piece for how to prevent tobacco and what happens when you do smoke cigarettes or any other tobacco products. This is one of the props that we use at Best Academy when we're doing our health education. As you can see, this is a clean lung, and we just let them know that this is what your lung is supposed to look like when you are drug-free. And drug-free means tobacco, alcohol, any substances. But when you decide to engage in substance abuse, such as tobacco, this could happen. Your lung could go from the pretty pink color to this black color, and it definitely would be hard to breathe from a lung like this.
My name is Shari Murph, and I am the Administrative Assistant here at Learn to Grow. I handle all of the inventory, whether it be resource materials or any kind of other in-kind donations this company receives. I also handle the communications. I'm basically the liaison through our parent team and our youth group. Learn to Grow is growing at a rapid rate at this point, and a lot of times we're being pulled in different directions. So as a team, I have to make sure that all the events are on the calendar so we won't miss an event. And I don't want to say it a homework assignment, but we're really trying to get more involvement and more information, more input from the community standpoint.
We have gotten extensive training from the Georgia Department of Human Resources Office of Prevention and Program Services, one of our staunch partners. We're also in partnership with the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. That's SAMHSA, that's federal. We have the federal government, state government, and a community-based organization all working together on tobacco and alcohol-related risk factors. We also have the Fulton County Department of Health and Wellness at the table as well. They're very interested in our activities as it relates to alcohol and tobacco. It takes us all working together, working in unison to assist our young people and our adults. Learn to Grow is a small organization doing big things in the community. We've been in the community for a while now, and I think it's really important that in order to have credibility, and we are enjoying a large amount of credibility now because we've been in the community for so many years, doing great things in the community, and we've become known as that go-to organization as it relates to tobacco and alcohol usage. We do this because this is the right thing to do. This is what we've been called to do. And when we get feedback like that from our youth, that tells me that we're doing something right. And that gives me the courage and momentum to get up the next morning and do it all over again. Because we're trying to impact one child, one parent, one family at a time.